Yo, 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 people! It's Frosty Knives here. And I finally have enough material to do an update on what's new in the world of DVDs, Blu Rays, and video games. So, without further ado, let's get into it, because I found some things that are honestly quite exciting. Well, at least they are for me. So, I'm going to share that excitement with you. Most of these are, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Blu-rays, 2 DVD collections, and a video game. So, let's start with a video game. Just recently, it was my birthday. And by recently, I mean yesterday. And so, for my birthday, my wife and my daughter picked me up a video game that I've been wanting for a very long time, and I finally have it. And for the PS3, the much anticipated and very highly reviewed The Last of Us, put out by Naughty Dog. Yep. Same people that brought you Jak and Daxter have now brought you a survival horror video game, and so I can't wait to play this. I'm in the middle of another game right now, and I tend to hop from game to game without really finishing anything, so I'm really just buckling down and trying to finish the game that I started. Unfortunately, the game that I started is one of those 100-hour rambling RPGs, so but I really want to play this, so maybe I'll play them both, since they're two separate types of games, action adventure and RPG. I might be able to juggle, but here we are, The Last of Us, and there it is, and that's it. That's my video game. All right, let's do the DVDs, because those are quick and easy. So I found 2 things, one at Walmart, one at FYE. And at FYE, I can't remember how much I paid for this. It was under $10, and I want to say that it was $5, but I'm not really sure. But on DVD, on DVD, I found the Man Trilogy franchise collection. All 3 Darkman movies. Darkman 1, Darkman 2, and Darkman 3. Darkman 1 was released to the movie theaters, and I did see it in the movie theaters when it was originally released. Darkman 2 and 3 were direct-to-video. So they were never released. Here's the insert. They were never released in the theaters. They were only released. And there they are. Darkman 1 and 2 on one disc, and Darkman 3 on the other. Darkman 1 wasn't a bad movie. It has Liam Neeson in it. And he's not in the other 2. Darkman 2 and 3 have garnered generally negative reviews, but I have never seen them, and for $5 to get the entire trilogy, you know, I figure that's not a bad movie. Not a bad a deal. I did like the first one. You know, so we'll see how the other 2 go. I've never seen them, so you know, for the price, you get them all. And at Walmart, I picked up something that I never had for $12. I bought this for $12. I am a very big Stephen King fan. There's a lot of things out there that I forget that he has put out on video. Excuse me. And this is one of the things that I forgot that he put out on video. So here it is. I picked this up for $12. Nightmares and Dreamscapes, from the stories of Stephen King. 8 mind-bending tales. And this was a television show. This was a television show in 2006. It was on TNT. And I had forgotten about this. I just remember, when I found this, I just remembered that, hey, he put this out. And this was 8 episodes based on short stories. These were based on short stories that he wrote. So these episodes include Battleground, Crouch End, Umni's Last Case, The End of the Whole Mess, The Road Virus Heads North, The Fifth Quarter, Autopsy Room 4, and You Know They Got a Hell of a Band. Those were 8 short stories, short to novella-length stories. They weren't novels. They were in compilations. Most of them came from the book that he wrote of the same name called Nightmares and Dreamscapes. And those are all neat stories. I've liked them all, and I did see one of them on TV when it aired. I saw, You Know They Got a Hell of a Band that's got Steven Weber in it, the guy from Wings. So I found this for $12, and I didn't have it, and I like to collect all things Stephen King, so I'm going to buy it. And the next thing that I am going to pick up that is from Stephen King is a movie called Quicksilver Highway, and that has 2 stories in it, one that Stephen King did and one that Clive Barker did. I almost bought that when I saw it at FYE, but I didn't buy it. So that's next on my list of things to collect. And the next thing are Blu-rays. So let's get into the Blu-rays. Picked a lot of these up yesterday. Kind of went birthday shopping. So actually my wife picked a lot of them up for us. So seeing as how I have no job at the moment. So first Blu-ray we got is Zombieland, and I was completely surprised that I never owned this on DVD or Blu-ray or anything. So here's the Blu-ray of Zombieland, and I love this movie. This is a really good zombie flick with a really good cast and a really cool cameo. So Woody Harrelson is great in it, Jesse Eisenberg, and a couple of girls. So pick that up. All of these Blu-rays were $10 and under. For $7.50, picked up another movie that I've recently watched that I really enjoyed. Picked up The Cabin in the Woods. I think a lot of people are sort of, you know, the reviews on these are sort of torn. But I really enjoyed this movie when I saw it on Netflix, and I wanted to buy it for Blu-ray. And this has the dude from Thor in it. What's his name? Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is in it. I know him as the guy from Thor. See, he's right there. The guy from Thor. So, Cabin in the Woods. If you haven't watched this, it's at least worth a watch on Netflix. If not, an out buy. And then this one, my wife bought this at Walmart for $10. And this was one of her favorite movies, and one of the movies that she decided that she really wanted to own on Blu-ray. And it is quite arguably the best Will Ferrell movie ever made, and this is Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, unrated. And I'm just going to turn the... there we go. Get the glare out. Legend of Ron Burgundy. This is going to, and Ron Burgundy Part 2 is coming up soon in the theaters. So this is some funny shit. Considering the fact that, from what I've heard, Will Ferrell ad-libbed a good chunk of his part in this movie. So it's got a great cast, and it's the epitome of absurdity. If you like really absurd comedies, go watch Anchorman. Go watch Ron Burgundy. And speaking of absurd comedies and other things in this, for $7.50, we also picked up Spaceballs, the movie. Spaceballs, the Blu-ray. 25th anniversary edition of Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you on Blu-ray. Everybody should own this movie. I mean, this is a classic. This is just a really good movie. I don't know what to tell you. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. You should go watch it. Okay, and let's see. So, and the next the next 3 are sort of special edition type deals. So, I bought this at Walmart for $12. And it is a Walmart Blu-ray triple feature. This is the Matrix Trilogy. Matrix 1, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions. None of which I own on Blu-ray, and a couple of things about this movie. First of all, yeah, I could have sprung for the Matrix Steelbook that's currently out. Didn't care, didn't really want it. I could have also spent the, $60, $70 on the Ultimate Matrix Collection, which was 7 Blu-ray discs that had all the movies, all the behind the scenes. It had the Animatrix. It had all the specials and the things that were on it. I didn't care about all of that extra swag. I just wanted the movies. So for $12, I got the Matrix 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray, and that's really all I wanted. So that I thought was a good deal, and this was actually the last one that they had. I said, $12 for all that movies on Blu-ray. I bet the Matrix looks beautiful on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it. I only have the DVD. And the other thing I wanted to point out to you, which I thought was hilarious, in the bottom of the corner it says, only at Walmart. 2-disc special edition with over 1 hour of extra content for a limited time. Now remember that. Only at Walmart. 2-disc special edition. So I take it out of the sleeve and I open it up. And I go, oh, the Matrix Reloaded, the Matrix Revolution. 2-disc special edition. 1, 2, 3. Guess the people at Walmart can't count. I just found that just funny. I laughed about that for a good 20 minutes. So here it is, the Breakthrough Matrix Trilogy, bare bones on Blu-ray. And that's exactly what I wanted. And then I found this out. Funny thing, I was watching John D's video a couple of videos ago that he did, and he had mentioned something about buying Robocop on Blu-ray. And had mentioned something about a Blu-ray trilogy, or hoping that there would be one. A couple of days later, I happened to go to a Best Buy, and just out of the blue, what do I find? The Robocop Trilogy on Blu-ray. And the little sticker says, 3-disc set, first time on Blu-ray, Robocop 1, 2, and 3. And I bought it, because here is the entire Robocop trilogy. I've seen all of them except for 3. 1 I've seen, 2 I've seen, and the third one, I don't think I've ever seen it, but it's all 3 of them on Blu-ray. And I know up here the sticker says Best Buy $46.99. It wasn't $46.99. I did not pay $46.99 for this. I paid $19. It was on sale for $19, and that's how much I bought this for. I would not have paid $46.99 for it. But for $20, the Robocop Trilogy on DVD, yeah, that was mine. And as you can see, I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to do this review, and I wanted to leave the sticker on it. I wanted to show you the stickers and the price tag. So I haven't opened it yet, so I don't really know, what's in this for goodies. And then the last thing that I wanted, and I really, really wanted it, and I didn't know that it was out on Blu-ray, and I just found out that it was out on Blu-ray, so I really, really wanted it. I paid $20 at Target for this, and this is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is the digibook version of Little Shop of Horrors, and as you know, you'll see this is the director's cut. I'll explain that. And so here's the digibook version, right? It's got some color photos and some talking about the movie and whatnot, and there's the Little Shop of Horrors, the director's cut. Now, here's the story of Little Shop of Horrors. Supposedly, this was based off of a book written in 1932. But what it was this started out as a black and white movie in the 60s, starring Jack Nicholson. Might have been Jack Nicholson's first role. I'm not sure on that, so do not quote me. But it started out as a Roger Corman black and white movie in the 60s. And then they loved it. They took that movie and they turned it into a Broadway play. They turned it into a Broadway play in 1982. Sorry, I had to look at the back. So in 1982, they took the Roger Corman black and white movie, they turned it into a Broadway play. And it ran for a couple of years on Broadway. Then Frank Oz got a hold of it, and he loved it. And he took the Broadway play, and he turned it into the 1986 Little Shop of Horrors movie that we all know and love, which then in turn became a Broadway play based on the movie. So it went from a short story to a black and white movie to a play to a movie to another play. And that's the long and storied history of Little Shop of Horrors. And the reason that it says the director's cut is this. Frank Oz and crew wrote this movie based on the Broadway play. And the Broadway play has a much different ending, a much darker ending than what we saw. So he made this movie based on the play, and he showed it to the test audiences, and it got to the ending, and the test audiences freaked out, and they said, you can't have that movie, that ending, it's too depressing. So Frank Oz went back, and he shot a whole new ending. The ending that we know and have seen, where Audrey and Seymour destroy the plant and they live happily ever after. That was not the original ending of the movie. And for many, many years, the original ending of the movie sort of became this underground cult thing where people wanted to see it. So finally, after all this time, they went back, they took the footage, they restored it and remastered it, and now we have Little Shop of Horrors with the never-before-seen original ending, which is a much darker ending than the one where Seymour and crew live. And based on that, you can probably guess what happened in the original ending. So, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love the movie. I love the soundtrack. And when I found out that it was on Blu-ray with a new ending, I had to buy it. $20 at Target. What a deal. Gotta love it. And so there it is. Little Shop of Horrors on Blu-ray. Robocop Trilogy on Blu-ray. Matrix Trilogy on Blu-ray. Spaceballs, the Blu-ray. Anchorman. Cabin in the Woods. Zombieland. Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Man Trilogy. And The Last of Us. And that's the last of it. And that's my update. And that's my my haul for now. So if you like it and you want to stay in touch and you want to stay tuned, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and until next time, you all have a good day now.